Yes, everybody. Welcome to the Last of the Real podcast again. I don't know from your hear the voice, Azian alongside the people's favorite.
Everyone's favorite, JRP, Wagwan Zane.
Well, we're day and evening, my brother. Enjoying a well-deserved win.
Before the international break.
The dreaded international break.
The dreaded. You know, us football fans, we not like international break. We're really interested in the World Cup. And maybe Euros a little.
And Euros.
Yeah. I want to hear me say a little.
International break, you think it makes sense?
I don't want to say it make no sense because you see where it give other players, you know, like the younger players a chance. Because they don't know the club players, them already established already.
True.
But the younger crop of players, you know, can get the chance to display. I'm breaking on the senior team, but where my issue with it internationally is that the calendar full.
That is true.
Calendar full. And when a player represent them country and a player get injured, and the club get him back.
Yeah.
Fix him up. And especially if a player where you know you're in a position for win either a title or you have a finals that come up or you're going to Champions League quarterfinal and you lose that player.
Yeah. Or you fight off relegation. A true one.
Yeah.
The international break, it need to either come before or after the season or, you know?
Yeah.
Reshuffle. But after the first question, when I love pose to the listeners, and one thing, the international break, is it to a point now where it's pointless or it's something where we need to reconsider? But JRP,
I go for the reconsider and just reshuffle up certain things.
Yeah, man. Put it somewhere else in the calendar.
Yeah.
But people, we just going to jump straight tonight and look at the weekend's matches. You know, it was a very short game week, but a very exciting. No, the first one we ever touched upon, you know, our game, you know. Arsenal and Crystal Palace. So
yes, indeed.
JRP, after the disappointment in Thursday, right?
Yeah.
It was a great response from the team.
Great response from Martinelli. Another assist by Trossard. 2 goals coming from Saka. And Granit Xhaka scoring one as well. Great to see Rob Holding starting. This is his first start in the Arsenal squad since the season start. In coming for Saliba. I hope Saliba is not out for too long, but Holding came out and Holding did his thing, and this is a great lesson that many people can look at when it comes on to Holding and El Neni.
Exactly.
That pretty much sit on the bench for majority of the time, get like a game time. You know, they participate here and there in like a cup or Europe, but you never hear them come out and be this grown to the, you know, unprofessional.
Yeah, man. And
always wear a smile upon them face.
And Holding was exceptional today.
Yeah, man. Very, very. I mean, all Arsenal players pretty much had a great game.
Yeah, man. I have to say, big up to Martinelli, because after Thursday, you wonder what state he would be in.
Because it was his penalty basically. I'm not going to say because his missed opportunity to make a jump, but he was the one that was responsible for taking that kick.
Right.
And it didn't happen on the day.
Yeah, it just wasn't his day.
Yeah, and Trossard got one as well and it hit the post. Right. But both players respond, especially a young Martinelli, because you know Trossard is been there done that. He's 28 right now, so he's an experienced player. But when you look at Martinelli, 21-year-old, just miss a penalty that was knocked out of Europe. You know, we want to see what his response would have been like.
Right.
And him step up and him delivered another good game.
I mean, you can see the similarities in their mentality between him and Saka.
Yeah.
When Saka missed that penalty for England in the Euros.
Yeah, in the Euros, and the entire world came down at him. But Saka step up ask for the ball and continue taking penalty. And you have to give Arteta ratings as well. Arteta trusts him to take the penalty.
Yeah,
Arteta trusts in these young players. Just to go by, we have to give a shout out for Tierney as well. Tierney came in the 65th minute and never put a foot wrong.
True. Never put a foot wrong.
And if Tierney should go in the next season, I will be disappointed because he shows the value that he brings to the team.
And this is it. I don't hear Tierney himself saying he wants to leave. But
yes,
it's people speculating and
from his camp as well, pushing this exit and pushing, leaving and stuff like that. But the thing about it, Tierney will get game, right? Tierney will get game because Arteta will have to find a way to manage Zinchenko workload because he can't always play all 90 minutes.
No, not in every single competition either.
Exactly. And when Tierney came on today, Tierney did his old-fashioned stuff.
And he provided the assist as well. And that's what we need sometimes. Not all the time we need him to step up and be in the middle like what Zinchenko is doing and stuff like that. Just play your game. And it worked today. That is it. But no, for Crystal Palace, the surprise is that they let go of Patrick Vieira. Right?
It was a panic to me.
I definitely think that was a panic.
Because,
No, they're calling back for Roy Hodgson.
Does it make any sense?
No, because he was the one that was there before Patrick Vieira took over.
All right. Because listeners, if you listen to last week's episode, we did touch on it on that Crystal Palace is in 12th position. And if they lose the game coming up against Arsenal, they're going to be in a dark fight. And they have some difficult games coming up, but after the difficult games coming up, they have some opponents that they can beat on paper.
I mean, it's definitely out of panic, but if you panic, why go backwards instead of
exactly? I believe that they should. We know that it was 12 games no win for Patrick Vieira.
Yes. No win since 23.
23. Yeah, that is difficult, but look ahead. We see what Patrick Vieira is doing with the players that he has at his disposal. I mean, Zaha almost got a goal today as well.
Yes. And to be fair to Palace, the teams that they have played, it's not like no one has blown them away. Right? Even Manchester City, it was a fortunate penalty that gave him, gave City the victory.
And coming up to our match, the writing was on the wall that Palace would have lost even if Vieira was there today.
Exactly. So why
maybe
panic?
They'd been at 4, but it was a high chance that they would have lost the match. But I don't know why they'd have panicked now and then testing the water to bring in Roy Hodgson. Wasn't he retired or something like that?
Yeah, man. This was his second retirement. The guy is 75 years old still enough. So,
and then Crystal Palace. I think Crystal Palace is one of the clubs in the league that has the most black players represented with a black manager. I know you kick the manager away. I mean, Crystal Palace. Stupid decision by you guys. I mean, like Brian said, you guys are the idiot of the week.
Definitely. But we're going to look on the next game. This was one of Saturday's games, Chelsea versus Everton.
Surprise match for me and surprise result for me, to be honest.
This was a shock.
Didn't expect the scoreline.
I mean, Chelsea was on 3 straight wins in all competitions,
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Everton have been playing some, decent football since
Sean Dyche. Yeah, I know Sean Dyche team.
But I didn't see this coming at all, especially the manner in how it came about.
Yeah, and especially playing at the Bridge, Everton, going down there. But we touch on this with Everton with that 4 at the back and that 5 in the middle and that 1 up top.
Yeah.
Negative football, but with the like of Iwobi, I have McNeil, I have
Demarai Gray.
They can hit you on the counter.
Yeah, man. But what's surprising, is that it was in the 89th minute that Everton found the equalizer. And the guy they brought on, basically, he wasn't on the field long. He made an instant impact.
Sims. Yes, Ellis Sims.
Yeah. Instant
that's what they call a super sub.
Definitely super sub. But Chelsea, again, they chopped and changed, because they made 3 changes, right?
Mm-hmm.
We see Pulisic starting and Magic on the bench again. Reece James came back in the side. Badiashile came in for Cucurella. I'm wondering, is Potter still searching for his best 11, or should he have just kept the winning formula?
Kept the winning formula. I mean, if it's not broken, why fix it?
Well, definitely, why fix it?
You change it when you change that formula when something happened.
Yeah.
Because if you have a formula where you're winning 3 games in a row, why are you going to change it up now?
No, I definitely agree. Definitely agree. The shining lights are there for Chelsea still now, because we see the likes of João Felix.
Yeah,
scoring again, really good addition. Kai Havertz scoring again, even though it was a penalty. My question is, you think the penalty should have been retaken? Because he seemed to have stopped just before he kicked it,
He kicked the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, it is debatable.
Right.
It is very debatable and the goal stood.
Yeah, I mean, and it made for a really interesting.
But what I believe is that Chelsea should, at the end of the season, purchase João Felix.
Yeah, that's going to be something like in the region of 120 million.
Well, now's the time that they should start negotiating, because when this guy's in the side, Chelsea look fluid. They'll really look good up top.
Really look good. But you're talking about João Felix. I think Romelu Lukaku is coming back to Chelsea.
Yes, he's on loan now.
Yeah. So he'll be back at Chelsea at the end.
No, he won't stay at Chelsea.
No, I don't think so. But let's touch on real quickly one of the hottest games of the weekend. Wolves versus Leeds.
Hot games. Wolves players should be disappointed. Castro and Nunes.
Yeah.
Wolves were fighting their way back into the game and got let down by the players.
And I blame the players for one, but also the referee. Because that 4th goal, I think it was a 4th goal. Wolves were on the fight back. It was 3-2. And it looked like there was a foul on Traore where he got pulled back.
Yes.
So he basically stopped, and the referee allowed play to continue. But this is where you say to your players, play until the final whistle.
Yes.
But even after that, VAR reviewed it, didn't see anything wrong with it, and still gave the goal. And that, I think that is one of the reasons that triggered off the brawl and the whole mayhem that caused Nunes to get his red card. Because he was on the bench when he got his red card, He got substituted and got a red card while on the bench. And what's funny, you saw Diego Costa as peacekeeper.
The most unlikely as person, right?
Exactly, the most unlikely person as peacekeeper.
Yeah,
I will say this though. Wolves, honestly, they deserve to lose because they were very wasteful.
Very wasteful. And on paper, I had this match to draw.
Yes.
Didn't know it was going to be a 6-goal thriller.
No, none at all.
Didn't know that the red card would have been showed. Didn't know that one of the goal scorer would have gotten a red card as well.
Yeah, it was a crazy game, man.
This game had everything inside of it, but Leeds will definitely be the happiest of the two. They're on 14 points. Just actually 1 point behind Wolves.
Yeah.
And then Leeds will travel to the Emirates after international break, and Wolves will travel down to Nottingham Forest. That should be an interesting one as well.
Yeah, man. like we say, we're getting into the business end of the season, so things are going to get heated.
And the clubs are showing that are fighting for relegation, are fighting the relegation battle.
Exactly. The good thing that Leeds have going in their favour, I mean, even though I hope he doesn't score against us, is Jack Harrison.
Yeah, the man on farm right now.
He's on farm. He's definitely quietly going about his business.
Took a while to join the party, but we know of his quality. We know of his quality.
But the next game, real quick, Aston Villa and Bournemouth. I mean, this was one of the more routine games of the weekend to me, because Villa were dominant from kickoff, and it could have been way more than just 3.
Could have been way more than 3. Yeah, this was a routine win. Surprising Watkins didn't get a goal in this one, but yes. when he's not scoring, others will step up, and that's what they want to see.
True. Now, I won't spend too much time on the Villa game because, like I said, people, this was a very routine win. But
yeah, this is a routine win, and Bournemouth in the fight to stay alive.
And that's the best we can hope for Bournemouth right now, just to keep fighting to see if they can avoid.
I believe that they will be one of the teams that will get the job. I don't believe that they're coming out alive. So, but who knows?
Who knows? But another team that's fighting tooth and nail, Southampton, because they took on a Tottenham Hotspur team that, what can we say?
Yeah, another surprise result over the weekend for me. Didn't expect. From Theo Walcott scoring, they expect something.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Because he scored one and set up one now.
And set up one. I mean, with no one saw that coming.
Listen, what's surprising is that Spurs were leading 3-1, right? With 15 minutes left in the game. And found a way to throw away a lead like that. To come away with just a draw.
What would you say is Spurs' problem? Because we pretty much look at every definition in the book for Spurs. This is not a winner mentality. This is, what is this now? Who is the problem? Is it the players? I mean, you hear Conte talk, maybe the players there are selfish. The man said it all.
He summed it up. He summed it up perfectly. He summed it up perfectly. My only problem with what Conte said is he alienated himself from taking some of the blame.
And that is poor leadership.
Yes, because some of these players are his players that he brought in.
Yeah. Correct.
So, take some of the blame.
The entire Tottenham squad, and when I said squad, I mean manager, players,
everybody
should get blame because, like I said, 15 minutes left in the game, right? You're not pushing for the title, you're pushing for a top 4. You have Newcastle breathing down your neck.
Liverpool not far away. Manchester United currently playing cup duties and you sit on 49 points. If you had won this, that made things very interesting. That put pressure on Manchester United. No. Exactly. But it's just Spurs being Spurs again.
Yeah. And I don't think Conte will stay there long either.
No. I think right now Conte is doing everything to get the sack. Yeah. And that's how I can see it. He's basically,
they're not listening to him.
No. So Conte is basically saying things in the media for him to get fired. That's how I think it is. Because, he didn't hold anything back in his press conference.
No, he gave it. This is not the first time he has done this.
And he's basically, he's come out and said things that you expect rival fans to say, not the manager of the club.
Yeah, not the managers.
This is a tradition. They've never won anything, things like that. But, that's the only way I look at it. Conte wants to get fired now. He's fed up of the situation at Tottenham.
But like I said, he's alienating himself from the situation. I've yet to see him take any blame for anything.
Yeah, no, he hasn't. Yeah. But we'll move away from Spurs and looking at another team that's fighting for their lives. Leicester City. Right? They took on a Brentford United team that's honestly they're high flying.
And surprisingly, Tony didn't score.
That was the biggest surprise. And
Yeah.
this was a game of two halves to me, you know. Brentford dominate the first and Leicester dominate the second.
And actually this was a game where another red card was displayed. Baptiste gotten 2 yellow and came off in the closing minutes of the game. I actually expected Brentford to win this match. Really expected them to win this. Because like they said, they're flying high. At home, they're doing business, and away they're doing business as well. I didn't expect Leicester to get a job, but credit to them and credit to Leicester for fighting. And credit to Maddison who stepped up in the other half as well.
I mean, we can always almost count on Maddison, you know, when he puts on the Leicester shirt to fight.
The issue with Maddison is that he just needs to stay fit.
That is it.
I think that is one of the reasons why no top club is really sniffing around, because he's injured far too often.
Too injury prone.
Yeah, and at 26, I mean, who's willing to gamble right there?
True. I don't think anybody's willing to gamble on him.
Well, one of my favorite players in a Leicester jersey came up with the goal, Harvey Barnes. I always rate this player. I always believe he has a lot more to offer.
Yeah, man. Barnes definitely has a lot more to offer. And I think Barnes' only issue, he just needs to be a little bit more clinical.
Yes.
Yeah,
he has the pace, he has the dribbling about him, but the clinical finish. And and of course, he needs to be a little bit more consistent as well.
Yes. But once he gets that on the go, he'll be a top player. Yeah, the Friday game, the first game of the weekend, it was Newcastle versus Nottingham Forest. Interesting game, to say the least.
Interesting game, yeah.
I mean,
Emmanuel Dennis started the party in the 26th minute with a goal, and then of course Newcastle responded pretty much on
halftime.
Yeah, with Isak, with Joe Willock with the assist. What an important player Joe Willock is turning himself into a Newcastle.
And that's the exact point we brought up last week, you know, how important Joe Willock is for Newcastle.
Yeah. And they have to find Isak. They definitely have to find a way to make Isak fit. And well, I'm not going to say he's an injury-prone player, but if this player can stay fit, Newcastle will do some serious damage.
Yeah, man. It was unfortunate and Nottingham Forest still to concede the penalty
in the dying moment.
Yeah, it was almost extra time was almost up. So it was very unfortunate. Good hard fight by them, but when Newcastle weren't scoring goals and we were talking about what they need to change, I was saying start Isak. No, they did, and they're winning games again. The goals are coming again.
Yes, and the top four dream is alive again.
Yes. No.
And 2-2 for Nottingham Forest. Now they're back into the relegation fight.
Hey, the crazy thing, the relegation fight, it's like you cannot pinpoint 2 teams, let alone 3, to say, all right, these 3 teams are certain to go down.
Yeah, the thing about Nottingham Forest, they were managing to put on some win and stuff like that, but then the last start coming in and know that they managed to slip into 16th position.
And it was not too long ago that we were saying Leicester City were, you know, putting a decent run together and look like they'd be safe. Now they're back in the relegation.
I know they're back in the relegation.
No, people. Again, you know, just before the international break, we're going to ask everyone to share this. Share it with your friend. Give it a listen. Whether you're driving, going to work, or, you know, you just want something for relaxed on, get a roundup of how the weekend's action was. But smash the like button as usual.
Mash it up.
Yeah, man, leave your comments. Let us know how your team got on, or were you involved in the FA Cup? You know, Haaland and Patrick again. Yeah, Man United and the controversies surrounding
what was Mitrovic thinking? Mr. Mitrovic, what were you thinking pushing the ref? And then William with a red card as well. I mean, that game was spicy.
Yeah, man. It was just madness all around. Madness all around.
You expect better from Mitrovic.
Definitely.
Mitrovic doing something like that, you can expect to be out for a long while.
Yeah.
Because the FA will look into that.
But you see, and not to stray, but this is what I was talking about with the Bruno Fernandes and pushing the ref. When you don't take action, you leave the door open for other players to do the same thing.
Yes. And it was stupid. And like I said, not to stray, it was very stupid by Mitrovic. And the other point of it is that Fulham need Mitrovic right now. Coming to the closing of the season, and they're in 9th position. They're not far off from getting a Europe spot. It could have been Conference League or Europa League or one of the two. But now, if Mitrovic should get a lengthy ban, then
they're going to be in trouble.
They're going to be in trouble. I mean, 9 can easily move down to 12.
Exactly. And to how this league set, nobody's safe from the relegation.
No one is safe. I don't believe there will be a relegation battle, but to be this close to getting a foothold in Europe and then to just lose it like that.
Yeah. It'd be very bitter to say the least.
Yeah.
But people, you don't know now, as usual, last of the real podcast, Zane and JRP said, just be a brother's keeper, Jamaica, stay safe, walk good.
Yeah. And good up, he follow you. We out.
All right.